Hello viewers, how are you doing? It's so nice to have you here again on our YouTube channel. My name is John, and with me is
Okovu James.
Yes. So as always, we always bring you interesting topics, and this time around we're going to be talking about social quotient. Don't worry, if this is your first time hearing about it, you will know more about it before you leave today. Okay, so Mr. James, can you just give our viewers a quick breakdown? What is social quotient?
Okay, I'm happy to be here again. Social quotient is about your ability to manage interpersonal relationships and social intelligence. So it's about you being sociable. That is allowing people to be able to relate with you freely and you being able to relate with other persons. Scripture says he who wants to be a friend or wants friends should first show himself friendly. You cannot give what you don't have. If you say everybody looks at me and frown, it means you're frowning too. That means there should be a level of your giving. What you give out is what you take. So social quotient is about interpersonal relationships.
That's beautiful. I think I like that definition. So social quotient is really about me and others, interpersonal relationships, how we can relate with ourselves. So another question, I'm very sure most of the viewers are already asking, okay, so how can I increase my social quotient? Because if you're talking quotient, you're talking about measuring social intelligence. So how can I increase my social intelligence? How do I know that I have a high social intelligence, and how can I increase it if it's low?
I think if you should know yourself to an extent, right? And then if you are not very sure, you should ask questions. Like one of the things I do to people around me, is after a while I ask them, who is James to you? Or what do you take me for? I try to get those evaluations to reassess myself or reconfigure myself. Because our today's world, I don't know, there are people who don't care about these things anymore. In fact, just while I was coming here this morning, I met a boy who used to call me uncle. Because he's now a big boy, he's into some things, and then I even saw him with the other guy who was smoking. And then he don't reach level enough to tell me uncle self. He just looked at me like we are mates and did not greet. In my mind, I was like, oh wow, this boy who used to call me uncle. So if you are a rebellious person, just like if you are in a witchcraft society, you should know, right? If you're a cultist, if you're a Christian, you know that you're a Christian. If you're a Muslim, if you are sociable, But the problem is, some people don't even know the difference. They are just so arrogant, they are proud, they are not friendly. You're meeting a person for the first time and the person is giving you some level of attitude and you're already feeling bad. So the way to be sure if you're either sociable or not is for you to reevaluate yourself by asking people. Do not cut out or cut away feedback channels. You have friends, you ask them. People talk about, they know us, our friends know us. They do. So it will get to a level where they will say, if it is that one, I better leave am, that one no fit. Or if a particular concept or a problem comes up and they say, if that one, give am to that person. I have a friend who the first thing he meets, as soon as he meets a new person, is it's very easy for him to just start communication. Easy to say, let me have your phone number. Easy to call you later in the day and say, okay, I was the one you met earlier today. How are you? Are you home already? But some people are never like that. You meet them, the next time you are seeing them and you're greeting them with that all-coming smile. And they're like, have I met you before?
Like, you're not giving me back the same energy I'm giving
you.
You
get it.
Yeah.
And then you are like, God forbid, since I met that man, or never since I met any day. In fact, all women are the same. All men are the same. Why would somebody? In fact, we even interacted in the bank. I gave him my pen the other day, and you expected him or her to know you, and the person I know
that's actually very true.
I don't know you.
That's very key. I think it's very important that in social quotient or in social intelligence, you first know your person. And like you said, you must be able to reevaluate yourself. What are my values? What are my behavioral traits? Do I come off as an aggressive person? When people see me, am I always frowning? One time, very interesting story. One time in my 100 level, because I just entered into university, so in my head I was like, I must do this, first class. So I wasn't very approachable. Like, honestly, how I made friends in 100
I had
level.
somebody who, at the time, if you greet him, he answers you by speaking in tongues.
Like, just leave me alone.
So spiritual.
And those kind of people do not really see it as wrong, okay? And that's why it's also important to ask people. And so it was, I don't know how I made friends, but somehow I made really, really good relationships, friendship. And then one time,
Were they male friends or female friends?
male and female. Yes, it was that bad that there was a time that they came to visit me and it was past 9 and I didn't come out. I told them, sorry, please, you cannot come and visit me by 9 p.m. and not call me and say you're coming around.
Wow.
And with my 2 eyes, I saw them turning back to their house.
And you were proud.
And I was,
You see.
so it was later on, as I began to understand myself better. And like you said, that scripture really, really struck a chord. If you want to have friends, you must show yourself friendly. I remember telling myself, I don't have friends, I don't have people to talk to. And, I just asked myself at some point, do I even look like somebody that can keep friends? Do I look like somebody who people want to approach? There was one time my friend was shocked. She said she thought I was an alien, that I don't talk to, guys, and I don't talk to people. And I was like, no, I was really trying to understand myself. And as at that time, I just wanted to make first class. So every other person was a distraction. So like I said, it's very important that first to know yourself, you evaluate yourself and then ask questions, ask people questions, okay? What do you think about me? The truth is, like you said, you can't give what you don't have. For someone who wants to be friendly, you must understand what it means to be friendly, okay? That's very important. I also think that it's also important that when it comes to social intelligence, you must be able to know your emotions, okay? Some people are not aware of their emotions. Some people are not even aware of other people's emotions. Like, this person is angry. I don't know if it happens to you, but then there are times that people do something and you're like, stop doing that, and they keep doing it. And you're like, I'm hungry, stop doing it. Why do you keep doing it when I'm getting hungry?
Yeah. So that the thing goes well with you. That thing may
Yes.
not go well with another person.
And you
Some
need to
people
know.
don't feel it. They don't even like it. You holding their hands in public.
Yeah.
Just understand that it is their life. You don't have to go extra miles, invade their privacy.
Very true.
Some people feel comfortable in public when you say some words. They are just easy. They can go anyhow when you come. They can follow the vibes. Some people are not like that.
Very true.
They need some level of secret place or something to be able to express themselves. Some people feel too bold. They say everything in public.
Honestly.
And then by saying everything in public, they expect people to follow. Everybody must not be the same.
Yes, that's another thing people
You get
must understand. We are not the same.
We are not at all.
Everybody, we are individuals, like different and unique individuals. We are not the same, okay? So this is why you also have to understand people and understand yourself. Sometimes you're trying to make somebody do this, and the person's like, I'm not like that. I'm a quiet person. Doesn't make me not sociable.
That is even reminding me of PDA, public display of affection. Where I saw where a particular lady said if she's going to get married to anybody at all, the man must have a good level of some level of PDA, public display of affection. That means she will want her man to kiss her in public at some point. She wants her man to be romantic even in public. She wants to own her man everywhere in front of everybody. Some people are not like that. You get?
Yes, people are not like that.
Some people are not like that.
Really, and you have to respect their opinions. Okay, so I also have another question, but before we go into the question, I just thought to also let our viewers know that social intelligence can be learned. Okay, these things we are saying, they are not just vague terms. You can learn it. You can learn how to be sociable. Like I said, I had to learn how to keep friends. I had to learn how to be approachable. I had to learn how to relate with people. Okay, I had to just learn those things. So you can learn it. So don't feel too bad that, we're pressing your buttons and we're touching sensitive areas. Don't feel too bad. Okay, you can actually learn how to be sociable.
Yes,
and that brings me to ask. Sometimes I hear people say, I'm not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. Or there's this other one, is it ambivert? I'm in between. I'm not an introvert, I'm not an extrovert. Like all those terminologies, how do you think it affects relationships? For instance, I'm trying to invite you to a program and you're like, I'm an introvert. I don't like seeing people. I don't like talking to people. I just love to be on my own. I love to be inside. I don't want to see anybody. And then there's this other person who's just so extroverted. Hey, you're going out, let me follow you and things like that. So how do you think it really affects that?
Okay. So I would like to say anybody who follows people to everywhere, or follow a person to anywhere he or she is going to, that person is not a serious minded person. I'm going to highway, and then because you are not doing anything, where you go? Say I want to reach highway. From there I enter unique house. I follow you, and then it happens like that for 10 times. That becomes a problem. I'll not take you to be a serious minded person. Okay, so first, if people are not willing to follow you do a particular thing, that does not mean they are bad, but we check the consistency. Is it persisting? Is it in your character not to be a sociable person? Once it comes to outing, when you get admission into school and then you are just leaving the house for the first time, you have first time freedom. Nobody's really checking you if you've slept, if you're waking, if you're reading. Some people will just look at that loophole and then they misbehave or they fuck off, But if you are a very conscious person, you understand that there's a level for you to be sociable, and then there should be a level where you go back to your like go back and be yourself. So it is not about you being somebody who goes out always, but knowing a little of some of these things. Some people cannot even eat with cutlery. They are not even planning to learn. They just feel that there's no need. Some people cannot even smile. They are walking on the streets and they are frowning their face. In fact, people know that people are really going through a lot, okay? But that does not mean you become a demon on the street. Somebody is meeting, assuming somebody is waiting to meet a smiling person to feel fine, and then he or she meets you, and then already you are that one person who is being described to be that guy when they smile, or that babe where they always frown, and then that person meets you, you become bad luck instead of good luck. So even if things are good, in fact, it takes more muscle to frown, right, than to smile. So why you're making me laugh? So why can't you just smile and make somebody have a good day? You have to be sociable. This is not about you spoiling or you becoming something else, or you not becoming a Christian, or you becoming a backslider. This is you knowing the times and fitting in. You're meeting somebody who is going through so much, just like you said earlier, and then you're able to make that person feel comfortable. You are becoming a so-called, you're becoming something the person can depend on and say, oh wow, because I met her, my day was good. How was your day? So I met an interesting person who actually made my day.
That's very true.
That is the way it should be. Just be sociable. Somebody is greeting you, even you are not in the mood. Hello, and then you meet people, you are greeting them and they don't care. It appears as if respect has been lost value in this part of the world. You are seeing an aged person you're supposed to help or respect, or even stand up and give a seat in public, and because of some funny reasons, everybody should be bold and we are well educated, civilized and wise. An older person is standing by you and you are the younger one here, and you are not getting off. You are just sitting comfortable. That wasn't how we were trained.
Yeah, that's very true.
That was not how we were trained. You just have to be sociable, understand this intelligence around people, that it is not everybody who, and then sometimes if you meet a person and the person is not giving you the vibes and the attention, you have to overlook it at some point. People are really going through a lot. So if you meet a person in a bad mood or in a bad time or bad moment, you should not characterize that person.
So sometimes you may even have to ask questions.
First impression matters. The first day I met him, I've met people who the first time we met, it was like, whoa. I was surprised. I said, you are meeting me you don't meet me before. You are meeting me for the first time, and is this terrible? So you don't judge people always by the way they react towards their actions.
That's very true. So I'll just ask you one more question, and then but before I ask the question, viewers, we're expecting your feedback, your comments. Don't worry, we are reading them and we're trying our best to reply to as many as possible. Okay, so I've heard of the concept antisocial or antisocial, meaning that I'm against social, against being social, I'm against being sociable and all of those stuff. So what do you say about people like that? Because in my opinion, I feel like sometimes I hear people say it is people that change people. For instance, somebody who is going through heartbreak, or somebody who is going through a friendship, break or something like that. They're like, my friend betrayed me. Yeah, my friend betrayed me. This person, you're a snitch, you're a sly, or things like that. And because of that, they just become antisocial. Like, well, I came to this world on my own, so I don't need anybody. I'm an highland. What's the word? Is it I'm an highland or something like that? You know, there are people like that they don't need anybody, and I think it's because of the experiences they've had. So what do you have to say to those?
If you follow current realities, antisocial is just like antibacterial against being sociable, against bacteria, right? So if you meet a person who says he or she is antisocial because of experience, I don't know, but I would like to advise the person to give it a try. Try again, because all people are not the same. That's why I don't feel comfortable when people say all men are dogs or all men are the same. It is not true. In fact, if you say all men are dogs, nobody sent you to be vomit, because you were the one who was vomit, and then you allowed all the men to test you or to have their way on you or something. So whoever is antisocial, there are people like that. Terrible people. You think they are arrogant, you may call them proud people, you may call them bad people, but they don't even care. That is their life and they are succeeding in that way. But what if you are not even the one in need? You meet somebody who needs you to be sociable at some point, maybe in a public place. Imagine you just bump into somebody and you want to show some level of relationship, maybe in the past, and then the person just snubs you in public, and then you're like, I felt that shame so deep. It was in public, I greeted him and he just looked at me and he had to even throw saliva from his mouth. People can be mean, right? So even if relationship, people are having more heartbreaks now. I'm sure you don't have one.
No, I don't.
No, I don't. Or they have friendship differences. It's about some of these things are even minor things. So he didn't tell me he was going out. I'm suspecting he went out to see another girl. Who was that you're talking to by that time of the night? Why are you always not taking my calls around 1 p.m.? All of those kind of minor things can lead to very big problems, all right? So we cannot be in this country going through a lot and not being sociable. Let's just try to be COVID-19 or finish. Let's try our best to fit in the system. Let's be sure. Make sure you smile.
Yes.
Meet that one person and just smile.
Very true.
Make sure you just give a helping hand. It must not be money. Maybe an idea, a suggestion, an opinion. Just something. These minor things can make people's days. Say, I met somebody who met my dad. I don't even know the person. It was in the bank, or it was inside public transport, or the person just called. And then a strange number calls you, and then the person is asking, who am I talking to? Na fight. Now you call me now. Why they ask me that kind of question?
Yeah, I've had instances like that. Like, now you call me now. Why they ask me that kind of question?
Why you asking me that kind of question?
And I think that's actually very, very funny, because we don't know each other. I'm just meeting you. Why are you being arrogant and all? And so I think that, like you said, it's important that you learn to be sociable, and as much as possible try to understand people, understand yourself, understand people.
Even giving compliments.
Yes, and to be honest, I love it. Sometimes I'm in transit and somebody's like, "Hi, how are you?" Or I'm doing something. I'm like, "Why is this person being so energetic? Why are you smiling? Do you know me before?" It's really, really inspired.
You don't know how long that will go to help the other person.
Very,
I like the way you dress. I like the way you talk.
Very, very.
Those minor things, very essential.
Yes. So viewers, I hope you learned something today. I hope you did. And so I'm just going to give you a little task. As you go into your week, I want you to smile. Okay, you meet somebody on the road, smile. You meet a random person, smile. Make smiling a habit, okay? So as you go, it's our little challenge. Don't tell anybody. It's our little secret. So when you go out there, keep smiling. I know that everybody's going through a lot, but my dear, smile. You look beautiful. You look handsome when you smile. So will come your...
Why did you say beautiful first?
You look beautiful. You look handsome. So we'll come to your screen again. I remain Oluwaborijun.
Uncle James, I'm happy.
So don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share, and smile.
Thank you.